Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. This time I'm going to do a classic pay-per-view review again. This time we go back to January 2009 and the Royal Rumble from that year. So let's get this underway, shall we? First off, we kicked off the show with Jack Swagger defending the ECW Championship against Matt Hardy. This was a pretty fine opener. Nothing really that was really good about it. It was just it was okay. I've seen better openers, but I've seen worse. This was absolutely fine. It was, of course, Jack Swagger's first pay-per-view as the ECW champion. His first pay-per-view, I think, if I'm not mistaken. He was undefeated at this point, so he was walking in as the ECW champion after defeating Matt Hardy 2 weeks before this on ECW. So he was walking into the Royal Rumble as ECW champion, and of course he would walk out as the ECW champion as he would defeat Matt Hardy here. Pretty decent opener. It was fine. Nothing to write home about. The story at the end where Matt Hardy, after he lost, was devastated, and he was sitting on the ring steps with a disappointed look on his face, and he looked. They kept the camera on him for a long time. So yeah. More on that later. Anyway, next match we had Melina, Beth Phoenix taking on Melina for the women's championship. This was fine this was okay for the amount of time that it got. I think it got about 5 minutes. They did the best that they could with that 5 minutes, but you can't really do much wrestling wise. You can't really have a great wrestling match in 5 minutes. So unless you like Kurt Angle or something. So. And the crowd didn't care too. The crowds did not care, and they were chanting for Santino, who was at ringside. So yeah. And then they went quiet, and then of course Melina won. So new champion crowned, but the crowd did not care. But they tried their best. It was okay. Then we had the next match. We had John Cena defending the World Heavyweight Championship against JBL. This was pretty dull. I did not enjoy this match. It was just, so the story behind the match was Shawn Michaels was working for JBL, like JBL was paying Shawn Michaels because apparently Shawn Michaels was bankrupt. It was a silly storyline, and Shawn Michaels was basically helping JBL that JBL was paying Shawn Michaels to help him to win the World Heavyweight Championship, so he could go into WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. And he said just before the match, he said something along the lines of like, I'll pay you everything I owe you, if you help me win the World Heavyweight Championship tonight. Like, you don't have to work for me after this night. Which makes it sound pretty easy, don't you mean? Like, a pretty easy decision if for Shawn Michaels, just swallow your pride and have JBL win the title, you know what I mean? But that's not what happened. He was very convicted. Oh, Jesus, way. He was very conflicted, he was very conflicted, and, it was a very dull match because you were just waiting to see, the entire match was just there. You're just waiting to see what Shawn Michaels was going to do, and then the referee got knocked down, and then Shawn super kicks JBL. He super kicks JBL, and then you think he's done there, and then he super kicks Cena, and he puts JBL on top, and then he walks away. And then there's a long phase where JBL is just, his arm is on top of Cena, but the referee is out, and there's no referee, so he's like, Cena's going to kick out of that one. And he does, and then JBL goes for the clothesline from hell. Eventually, Cena ducks, gets him in the attitude adjustment, and pins him. So Cena won in the end. Pretty dull match. Didn't like this one. Very pointless, and it was just, it made Shawn Michaels come off a little bit stupid because it was like, I get what they were trying to go for, like, oh, he wants revenge on JBL, but he also wants him to win the title. I was like, you could just super kick him after the match, you know what I mean? Like, it was a bit convoluted booking, but it is what it is. Anyway, next match. We had the Jeff Hardy defending the WWE Championship against Edge. Just before the match got underway, Vicky Guerrero, who was the general manager at the time and the wife of Edge on storyline, came out and made it a no disqualification match. So this, I was like, "Ooh, this should be fun." They didn't use many weapons as I was expecting to. I think they only used a ladder and a chair. Jeff Hardy putting Chavo Guerrero through the table. That was a fun spot. But for most part, it was a decent back and forth wrestling match between Jeff Hardy and Edge. And as I was saying in my WrestleMania review the other day, where Edge took on AJ Styles, when I said it was very nostalgic for Edge to be a heel, because that's the Edge I grew up watching, the Edge who was a heel, and then, despising him. This was this era of Edge, like, when he was with Vicky Guerrero's like the general manager. Edge was, Vicky Guerrero was like the general manager, and Edge was, blatantly using her and all that stuff. And this was the Edge that I despised as a youngster. Well, I say youngster, 2009. You know what I mean? It's only a couple, many years ago. But yeah, anyway, this was pretty fucking cool. Great match. And with a shocking ending where Matt Hardy turned heel, coming out after to help. Looked like he was about to help Jeff Hardy, but then he hit him with a chair and cost him the WWE Championship. So with a pretty vicious headshot as well, a chair shot to the head. You don't see that many times nowadays in WWE. So pretty cool stuff. And I think the crowd were expecting Christian, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I swear I heard at the beginning of the match, the crowd was chanting Christian to be the Jeff Hardy attacker, because apparently he was rumored to be the Jeff Hardy attacker when, because Christian had just left TNA at this point and was coming back to WWE, and I think he comes back like a couple of weeks after this pay-per-view, and it goes to ECW to target Jack Swagger in the ECW title, which is pretty weird, going from TNA to ECW, you know what I mean? The WWE version of ECW, that is. Anyway, yeah, so Edge takes the win. It was kind of weird watching Edge, Matt Hardy, the guy who feuded with Edge all that time over Lita and all that stuff, helping Edge to win, like, really crazy stuff. But it is what it is. Anyhow, that was pretty good stuff. I enjoyed that match. Then we had the next match. We had the Royal Rumble. We had the 30-man Royal Rumble itself. Just got a few bullet points on this match, because I'm not going to go through the entire fucking match, otherwise I'll be here all day. I thought it was a good start to the Royal Rumble, with Rey Mysterio and John Morrison kicking off the Rumble. Really good start there. Really, two good guys to have in to kick off the Rumble. Also spots in the Rumble. This is maybe out of order a little bit. Sorry. We had what the hell does that say? The storyline going into the Royal Rumble was a bit predictable. So the video package to start the show, they had a video package like showing you the history of the Royal Rumble. They knew what they usually do, like, it's the Royal Rumble, 30-man enter, blah 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 blah, one wins, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden it turned into a Randy Orton video package where they show you what happened the Monday before this, where Randy Orton punted Vince. And it was like, and all throughout the night it was like, if Randy Orton's going to get penalized on Monday, tomorrow night on Raw. And the McMahons they're gonna have some revenge, and they might even fire Randy Orton. So it kind of made the Rumble a bit predictable winner wise. I'll get to that in a minute. And then we had nice appearances from Rob Van Dam, who made his return to WWE after a 2-year absence. His last appearance was at ECW, was at the One Night Stand Extreme Rules 2007 event. He disappeared, and he came back here at the Royal Rumble 2009 for a one-off appearance. Also, good to see Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the first ever winner of the Royal Rumble, make an appearance here. I think he was a regular around this point, so he came at number 29. freaking out. No, what really thought was weird, like the Big Show. The Big Show came out at number 30. How unfair is that? The Big Show comes out at number 30. He didn't win it, thank God. The Big Show. Nothing against the Big Show, but you know, like when he came out at number 30, I was like, damn, that's unfair to the rest of the competitors. Like Big Show coming out at number 30. Anyway, we also had the Santino funny elimination, the quick elimination, who now holds the record for the quickest elimination in WWE history. I think that's still intact this very day, I think. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But yeah, it's like 1 second. I think, you know, it's a WWE logic, you know, it's a WWE logic hole, so it might not be 1 second. It might be like, I don't know, 3 seconds or whatever, but it was a short time anyway. WWE classified it as 1 second, so it was pretty funny, still funny, especially when he was on the floor after he'd been eliminated by going, I wasn't ready, and that was fun. But yeah, the story that was going on throughout the match was Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase was making sure that Randy Orton stayed in the Rumble, and it was a very legacy dominated Rumble. Which kind of, you know, and of course the storyline with Randy Orton punting Vince on the Monday before this kind of made it a bit predictable. But yeah, it was still a fun Royal Rumble. Randy Orton, of course, wins. It comes down to him and Triple H, and you know, Cody and Ted. And Triple H was able to get rid of Cody and Ted, but then Randy Orton sneaked up and struck and chucked Triple H out and won the match. So yeah, he wins the Royal Rumble and goes on to WrestleMania to face Triple H for the WWE Championship. So yeah, that was the Royal Rumble. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And just for a little bit of cheekiness, because I know how much one person in particular likes this. Here you go. There's your disc. Also, there's Randy Orton doing the pointing at the sign, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, have a look at that beautiful disc right there. Same as the cover. Just in case you were interested, because I know one person in particular will get a good laugh out of that one. So there you go, there, Beatdown Bunny. There you go, there, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Anyway, that's gonna be it, guys. I gave this. Did I say what? Oh yeah, I gave this pay-per-view a 7 out of 10, didn't I? Yeah. So I gave the pay-per-view a 7 out of 10. Fun show. A bit predictable, especially with the Randy Orton with the video package at the start of the show, showing you Randy Orton punching Vince and all that stuff. But by the way, that was a very good punt, may I just say. No wonder Vince is senile. You hit me too hard, damn it! Yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you thought of the Royal Rumble. And I'll see you next time. Right here. And I'm up!